Hibari's gone. Heavy must be behind it. Just how far are they gonna take this? Hibari's missing. Well, actually, might have gone to Heavy Joe. No, that couldn't be. Could it? Hibari seems to be down in the dumps. I hope she's okay. As class representative, I should probably sit down and have a talk with her. Okay, yeah, he's back. I bet Hibari isn't doing anything rash. I sense that she yeah, thanks. Oh, there she is. I wonder where Hibari went. I hope she doesn't feel responsible for what happened to Yagyu. Near the place known as North Gate, Haruka and Hanzo Shinobi stand. This must be the one called Hibari. Haruka is laughing as Hibari is curled up next to her, like some little animal. Haruka holds out the super secret ninja art scroll. I finally have the scroll in my hands. I glance at Hibari. She stole the scroll and now she wants to change schools. I can't imagine what's going through her head. Maybe she's just using it to infiltrate Heavy Joe. I glare at Hibari and she gulps. She looks somehow disappointed. She speaks so timidly that Haruka starts chuckling. Hibari looks troubled at Haruka's words. Hibari gives me a small nod. Hibari is staring at me directly in the face. Haruka nods on my words. Hibari looks completely bewildered. Her eyebrows shoot upwards. She's such a novice. She can't hide how nervous she is. There is such a thing as a necessary evil. If only good shinobi existed, who would do all the nasty, underhanded things in the world? Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Without outlaws, there'd be no society. I place a super secret ninja art scroll on my cleavage and walk away toward the castle keep. I have to look over the documents for the new students today. It's the duty of the shinobi student leader, and it sure is tedious as hell. My room is on the top floor of the castle keep. There's a stack of admission documents a mile high sitting on a lectern here. I sigh and resume checking them over. People who failed at being good shinobi, dropouts, students who come from evil shinobi backgrounds, everyday hooligans, all the usual suspects. Heavy Joe scouts network across the country and secretly headhunt these types. I press the home or stamp in the pass column for every last one of them. No one gets turned away from Heavy Joe. That's why this is such mindless work. I halt in the middle of my stamping. This one's picture gives me an odd feeling. When I look at this woman's face, I start to feel nauseated. But why? I look at the entry under a reason for application. There's a woman I want to kill. My brother attacked her and she bested him. She is his enemy and thus she is mine. I will not allow her to get away with this. I swore not just to kill, but to eviscerate her. My head is pounding, fit to burst. Could she really be? Memories come flooding to my mind. It's funny to think about it, but I haven't always been an evil shinobi. I actually come from a long line of good shinobi. I've been enrolled in a cram school since first grade so that I could enroll in the top shinobi school. Then, once I reached junior high, I had a personal tutor with me at all times named Komichi. He was an active university student and a very kind man. If I ever made a mistake, he was always quick with a smile and a gentle correction, and my grades soared as a result. My parents expected nothing short of perfection from me. My day-to-day life was heavy, regimented, and lived a constant stress-induced haze. My time with Komichi was like an oasis from all that. He listened patiently to all my complaining and helped redirect me when I started to get frustrated. I'm fully convinced that he's the one who kept me emotionally stable at the time. Truth be told, I had feelings for him. Maybe it was the whole first love thing. When I was in 8th grade, he asked what schools I was interested in. The business was being a shinobi, but I couldn't tell him that I was going to a shinobi school. He gave me a worried look. He wouldn't drop the subject. His serious expression had changed to a smile. He wasn't going to leave this be. My vague response wasn't enough for him. I believe in Komichi. If anyone could keep my secret, surely it was he. His eyes went round his dinner plates. And why wouldn't they? Why would anyone believe that shinobi still exist? I was so happy that he believed me. I told him all about my family. He listened in silence. He muttered when I'd finished talking. All kindness disappeared from his face, and a camouflage barrier appeared. Komichi was suddenly brandishing a throwing knife. I had barely an instant to react. I was almost at a complete loss for words. Wipe out my family. That was what he'd been told to do. He swung the knife at me twice. Since I'd been trained in the basic martial arts, I was able to fend him off for a moment. Even so, he had me backed in the corner in no time. He advanced on me, smiling wryly. That was all? That's the only reason he treated me so kindly? I didn't know why he'd use such a roundabout means to get what he was after. His face had twisted into an ugly snarl. There was no sign of the person I trusted. I felt so painfully betrayed. He cried, clapping his hands together. I bit my lip in frustration, so hard that it bled. I could never forgive myself for opening my heart to this man. He said, licking his knife and grinning. That was when something in me broke. That's where my memory gets foggy. All I remember is Komichi's face covered in blood. Even though my foe had been an evil shinobi, I wasn't a shinobi at all yet, just a regular junior high student. Anyone who commits a crime before admission to a shinobi school is automatically disqualified. The path to becoming a good shinobi was now closed to me. My parents were infuriated, ashamed that I could never be a good shinobi. No matter how I tried to explain things to them, they were having none of it. They disowned me. I was left to the streets. I've been betrayed by the man I trusted and abandoned by my parents. I wandered the streets city aimlessly, utterly alone. Being completely unwanted and unneeded by anyone is an awful thing and is an awful lot like being dead. No, it's exactly like being dead. I felt dead. I was unsteady on my feet and barely aware of where I was and what I was doing. I imagine that I must have had the air of a ghost. Called a woman to me from a nearby back alley. I replied, annoyed. The woman showed me a brochure for a shinobi school I'd never heard of before. It was a school for training evil shinobi. Evil, but still shinobi. They wouldn't reject someone who dreamed of being a shinobi since she was a child. All I had to do was sign the application form, she told me. A burlap sack was placed over my head, and I was taken someplace dark. When the bag was removed, I was in an interviewing room. I saw politicians that I recognized from TV. At my frankness, the politicians tilted their heads. They gave me very cool smiles. They stamped my form, and just like that, I was in. I'd succeeded. I was betrayed by my teacher and abandoned by my parents. I thought I was worthless, better off dead. Yet the Heavy Joe still took me in. And so I was reborn as Homura, the evil shinobi. Most don't bother to recognize the truth. The truth being that some are discarded by good, and some are saved by evil. I carefully examined the photo. Yes, no doubt about it. This is Komichi's little sister. The little sister who apparently wants to kill me. Maybe she doesn't know that I'm at Heavy Joe. I pressed my seal on her application. The Heavy Joe accepts anyone, even someone who wishes to kill one of us. I began to laugh without realizing it. Interesting. Most interesting indeed. School life is going to get rather exciting. The evil shinobi truly are the best. When the people I loved most cast me aside, my heart stopped beating. But when I'm in the middle of a fight, I realize that I can still feel alive. Yes, if I'm not fighting as a shinobi, I'm no better than a corpse. I finished stamping the forms and take out the super secret ninja art scroll. Let's see what this thing can do. Obviously, I'll be targeting Hanzo Academy. Not only was their skull stolen, but they're going to be crushed by the very power they lost. I'd love to see the look on Asuka's face. I can't help but picture her in it. I can't stop myself from laughing uproariously. Okay. I can do it twice now. I don't know, I got high enough health for that.
思った以上にやるじゃねえか。いきますよ。秘伝忍法。
Oh, I can do the aerial one now.
私はまだ。やったね。さあ、本当のことを話して。ひばりちゃんはどこにいるの？その答えはこれで。それは超秘伝忍法書？これはひばりが蛇女に持ってきたものだ。嘘よ。信じたくなければ信じなくてもいい。しかしこいつの力は嘘でもなんでもない。何なのこれ？素晴らしい。これが超秘伝忍法書の力か。体中に力がみなぎってくる。今ならどんな忍術でも使えそうだ。どうしたアスカ？体が震えているぞ。もういい。しらけたよ。アリを踏みつぶしたところで大して面白くもない。超秘伝忍法書を奪った以上、お前たちに興味はなくなった。さらばだ。おむらちゃん待って。ひばりちゃんはどこにいるの？どうしてこんなことに。決めちゃいました。おかえり。おかえり。おかえりなさい。いってらっしゃい。どれにしようかな。
Oh yeah, I just... There we go.
行くぞ。いつまでも寝ていられない。ひばりのことが心配だ。ドジっ子なら心配ないわよ。お前は？ひばりはね、蛇女学園に転校したから。また私を無視する気？でもひばりの話は本当のことよ。あんたを怪我させたことによっぽど責任を感じてたんでしょうね。超秘伝忍法書を持って私たちの学校に乗り込んできたの。あんたの敵討ちのつもりだったんだろうけど、あの子じゃ超秘伝忍法書は使いこなせなくて。それでどうしたんだ？私の言うことなんて無視するんじゃなかったの？答えろ。それでひばりはどうした？だから言ったでしょ、蛇女に転校したって。ふざけるな。どうして敵討ちから転校になるんだ？聞きたい？ああ、聞かせてもらう。力ずくでな。嬉しい。ようやく私の方を向いてくれたね。柳生前しの絶対に無視なんかさせないわ。いざ尋常に舞い散る。
Don't forget to jump on me.
ぬるい。
Mirai, please. Okay. Actually, let's try. Oh, great. Oh, jeez. Oh, shame we don't get to see this one. Ah! How close I lose. Okay there. Mirai, please, stop. Okay. Please! Okay. Yeah, emulation doesn't do that too well, I guess. Really save after that. Okay. Okay, so she has super armor on her attacks. That's annoying. It's usually why these last chapters are really difficult. Thankfully, I can just skip the cutscenes very easily. Oh, right, I was going to actually go into, God damn it! Right. Okay, now we're moving much better. Ah! Back to full health. Ah! I hate the super armor thing. Jeez, I'm level 16 and that was still that hard? Jeez. I know the end game expects you to be around level 25 or higher.
またひばり？戦いが終わったらもう私のことは無視。私を無視するやつは絶対に許さないって言っただろ。無視しているわけじゃない。俺はひばりのことが知りたいだけだ。うるさい。無視される人間の気持ちがなかった。お前の気持ちなど知らん。俺の質問に答えろ。そうなの。 分かったわよ。あんたも裏切られる人間の気持ちを味わえばいいのよ。そうすれば私のことも少しは理解できるはず。
何を言っている。
超非伝民法書を私たちに奪われて、ひばりはもう半蔵学院には戻れないと思ったの。でも忍びになることは諦めきれない。それがあの子の夢だから。だったら残された道は蛇女に転校するだけ。ひばりは自分の夢のためにあんたたちを捨てたってわけ。
そんなバカなことが。
あら、ショックなの？でもそれが事実。あんたはひばりにご出身だったけど、あの子の方はそうでもなかったってこと。残念ね。
デタラメを言うな。
信じられないんだったら蛇女に来ればいい。うちの生徒になったひばりを見ることができるから。あら、でもあんたには蛇女の場所がわからないか。それじゃ無理ね。
ひばり、あんなやつの言葉決めた。
Yeah, once I reach the point of no return, I probably have to level grind everybody. Anything else? Okay, they already know that now. Okay, they have it. They have it. That's where it goes. Gee, really? No, hold on, I must be lying, right? We do have a super secret ninja art scroll. You've already transferred to the scroll. And we've gone back to a secret adventure. I suspect it'll backfire on her. Like the scroll, just one problem after another. Super scrolls. I don't know. Do I have any use?
誰にする？桂木。
Already switching schools, this has to be a lie of coercion. Must help her soon.